What's up, everybody? My name is Simon Hill. Thanks for clicking this video. Thanks for coming to my YouTube channel. And thanks to all the new subscribers. I officially hit 600 subscribers on my personal channel. So it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding. I'm not lazy. I do a lot of work, sometimes to my own detriment, but it's all for a purpose. It's all for a purpose. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Dennis. Say hi, babe.
Hello.
And we're here in Mauritius. So if you don't know where Mauritius is, go check out our video on our second channel, Backpack Bandits. Go check out Backpack Bandits right now. She's doing a great job editing the videos, and I'm doing a great job of paying for all the trips.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Didn't need to say that.
I'm joking. I have to joke. All right, so yeah, we're here in Trois Biches, Mauritius. And to enjoy the 600 subscribers, to also enjoy my 32nd birthday, which is coming up soon on September 14th. And to say, thank you to everybody. We're doing a third video of reading all the comments in my YouTube section, reading all the comments that have come. I'm going to set the camera down, but once again, take a beautiful view of beautiful Mauritius. We're here in Trois Biches. I don't know how to say it. But Acti will read the comments, I will respond, and I will set the camera down. Hopefully you can see me. All right, cool, let's go.
Right.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I don't know why you decided to do this for your birthday, but let's go. Terror on Tuesday, mass shooting in Kando, North Dakota. James Rep said, more people die by cars and heart attacks than gun violence. So you want to ban cars and fast food too? Need to do your homework. The UK, even with all their gun laws, still have mass shootings. California has the strictest gun laws and they have multiple shootings a day. It's not the guns, it's not the legal gun owners, it's the criminal element that doesn't get prosecuted, and the thousands of illegal guns on the streets in the hands of gang members and criminals. It goes on, by the way. These people were related. Get your facts straight. I live in the area and I knew some of these farmers. We will probably never know why. What we don't need is crap like this. Leeds is a quiet, peaceful community, and this incident has rocked this small community. Unlike other places, instead of protesting, farmers from all over North Dakota have come and helped finish one of the victims' fields. One of the victims happened to be one of my friend's dad. I don't blame the gun, I blame the shooter. He made his choice. Guns don't make a choice. The shooter killed his son, a nephew, and a farmhand.
Is that all of the comment?
Yes.
I wasn't even listening due to all this beauty around me. But no, I was listening, in all sincerity. The only thing of merit that he said, which is an argument that I hear often, is that guns don't kill as many people as car wrecks and heart attacks. We need cars. Cars serve a utility. Everybody has a heart, and your heart one day might fail. Heart disease is something that we should try to prevent with your own personal diet and exercise. But what utility do guns serve in our society? Do guns help us? No, they don't. 530 mass shootings as of September 3rd, 2022, 2 per day. The United Kingdom might have a mass shooting or two, but not 530 in, the 9 months of the year. So I don't know what else to say. I love when people also leave long comments, because those comments get deleted. I love when you spend at least a good hour leaving a comment, because that thing's gonna get deleted. All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay. Let's see. Did Nigeria ban all white models in advertising? Calvin Akpan said, thank you very much for this clarification. A lot of other people on YouTube have turned this into a ban on white people, just like you rightly said, for the clicks.
Oh yeah, that's true. A lot of times people are clickbaiting on YouTube. And my channel could be a lot bigger if I titled everything like white guy said N-word to black person. I could be an easy clickbait YouTuber, but I'm not. I try to give the facts. I try to be fair and balanced. And for anybody who didn't watch the video about Nigeria banning white models, they didn't ban white models specifically. They banned foreigners being models in Nigeria. To be a model in Nigeria, you have to now be a citizen of Nigeria. And I brought up the many questions related to that.
Okay. Now, this one is for the story of Donovan Lewis. And this person, Soft Wash Science.
I need to speak a bit louder.
Okay, the Soft Wash Science left 2 comments which are very long. So feel free to stop me.
Okay.
Black people are not more likely to be killed by police than white people
It's
are.
absolutely true. Wait, I'm sorry. That's a lie. That's a lie. Go watch the video I did about the statistics of police shootings. I put everything on my channel. I put all the links in there. Anybody, if you're going to come on my channel speaking non-facts, please bring statistics. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's not true, though.
When you're talking about innocent people or cases like this with a mistaken threat, cell phone, vape, etc. in hand, and they thought it was a gun. In those situations, the numbers are basically identical across the board. I guess you could argue in a way black people are more likely to get shot by police than white people, but the reason the numbers show that is because black Americans account for 13% of the population.
All right, I'm sorry. Any white supremacist talking points like black people are 13% of the population and commit 50% of the violent crime. I'm not going to have any of that on my channel. I'm not even going to let you read the rest of that comment, dear, because this is a person obviously with a right-wing agenda. He's been brainwashed by right-wing media. Listen, we don't racialize violence on my channel. All Americans suffer from violence and commit violence against each other. I don't care. I don't care what all the fake statistics, once again, that you guys bring up, because I quote real statistics on my channel and I actually read the news. You guys get your news from memes and what you see written on 4chan. We're not having any of that. None of that. Because you can say that black people are 13% and they commit 50% of the crime. Sure. Does that mean that everybody should have a gun? My thing on my channel is, no matter what you believe, we shouldn't have guns in America, period. If you believe black people are the reason, if you believe all Americans are the reason, whatever, but we shouldn't have guns in America.
Okay, so I'm skipping his comment.
Yeah, it's a lot of right-wing nonsense. Sorry, buddy, and that comment's gonna get deleted. I can't wait.
He wrote like 2, like this.
Okay.
This is him.
I see you wrote a Bible on there, and we're gonna delete it. I love it. You spent a good hour typing a long response, and we're just gonna knock it out. And it won't even get read in this video. I love it.
Okay, so a right-wing lunatic threatened to assassinate Congresswoman Pramila
Paul.
Okay. Phil Kosick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Phil Kosick said, "Oh please, he was a peaceful protester. She should have opened the door and let him in."
He's trying to be sarcastic, and maybe he's trying to draw a parallel or a comparison between Black Lives Matter protesters and saying that this guy who was with a gun yelling racist stuff to an Indian congresswoman, that this guy is similar to Black Lives Matter protesters, because to a lot of right-wing people, they think the Black Lives Matter protesters were inherently violent and racist and xenophobic, which is not the same. Listen, on my channel, I will call out anybody in the US who does violence against other citizens, against police, against the government, period, because our country will not last. It will not stand if we continue to have the same level of political violence and social violence that we see.
Okay. Did Nigeria ban all white models in advertising? Charles Anusi said, "I am a Nigerian. These has nothing to do with racial supremacy. It's all about cultural preservation. And soon, yes, soonest, the broken or pidgin English we speak here would be made the official language." Also, Just Enough Spice said, "This also affects our children as they turn around and want to bleach their skin in trying to keep up with what the ads are saying."
All right, that's a very good point. Listen, when the first guy said something about cultural preservation, preserving Nigerian culture, that's what I was struggling with in the video, because on one hand, I can understand wanting to fight against white supremacy because I know how dangerous it is for the black mind or non-white minds to be constantly sent these images of whiteness as beauty, as superiority, as wealth, and what that does to the mind of all people, not just black people, but all people across the planet. In almost every country you go, here in Mauritius included, which is in Africa, you go outside and look at the signs and there are nothing but white models. But if I were to pick up this camera and show you the people of Mauritius, they look nothing like the models on the screen. What does that do to the minds of the people? Of course it distorts it. Of course it hurts their soul, it hurts their spirit, it hurts their self-worth and how they view themselves. And the second person who brought up bleaching, It's funny because I was just watching a documentary last night about bleaching in Jamaica. How some Jamaicans, are bleaching their skin with different mixes of chemicals that they get from these Chinese stores and rub it on their skin, and their skin is literally falling off their bones. And that has to be part of the reason. Part of the cause of that has to come from this constant messaging of white supremacy, of whiteness used in models, right? And but I'm also against protectionism and nationalism of any sort, whether nationalism or protectionism is done by black people or white people, right? So I don't know. It's something I can debate on forever in my head and also with other people. But the fight against white supremacy always is the most important thing, period.
Okay. Cincinnati police officer said, I hate...
N-words.
Yeah.
I hate N-words.
DJ Sorrells said, considering that Cincinnati has a lot of black people, she's definitely racist for saying that. I lived in KY almost my whole life, and the racist people out here will say racist stuff and then literally deny the fact that they are racist.
Yeah, just like almost anywhere in America, you will find people who have anti-blackness in them. I'm not surprised to hear about Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio has been acting up this year. We've had mass shootings in Ohio and 2 very notable police killings in Ohio. There could be more that I'm missing. But yeah, that woman was definitely racist. I heard recently that she got fired from her job, which is a good thing. But we need to root out all forms of anti-blackness in policing and also get rid of the guns, because racist police are more likely to believe black people have guns and they're going to shoot unarmed black people. Are you burning up, dear? Do you need to put on some lotion or something? You want to pause?
No,
You okay?
it's fine.
You want some water?
I'm good.
All right, go ahead.
Bloody Sunday, mass shooting in Albany, New York, 6 people shot. John St. Pierre said, I had a stabbing next door. It gets pretty predictable, the violent activity. And then also Greg Mack said, America is stealing oil from Somalia. They have it on video. Upstate New York, the capital, is where Andrew Cuomo, his mansion.
Andrew Cuomo is
His mansion.
Well, Andrew Cuomo was the former governor of New York. Former governor. All right. Is that all of the comment?
Yeah.
All right. The first one said something about the stabbings and the violence. There are many places in America where there is a lot of violence, just like in almost every other country. Unfortunately, in the richest, most powerful nation in the world, there are places that are endemic with violence. If we know that for a fact, should we have a society where guns are easily available? No, there should not be guns there, right? Yes, there will continue to be murders. There will continue to be attacks. There will continue to be fights, but we don't need to make it easier by allowing guns to happen. Talking about America stealing Somalia's oil. Sorry. Next.
Bloody Sunday, mass shooting in Detroit, Michigan, 3 killed, 1 shot.
Might need to speak up.
Greg Mack said, facts.
All right, facts. I guess I'm speaking facts.
Reading your crazy YouTube comments with my wife. The Seattle show said, good to see happy black men abroad. Smiley face.
Hey, we're abroad. We're in Mauritius right now.
He also said, nice to see my comment was approved. Didn't mean any ill will by it, by the way.
All right, yeah. Hey, man, comments are on hold because I don't give a voice to right-wing extremists. I don't give a voice to, people with anti-blackness or white supremacist talking points. You know, my channel is supposed to be a beacon of truth, because too many people do not read the news. Too many people do not think critically about the news. Too many people believe all the propaganda that's out there that we've been told as Americans. And I'm just here to try to break through the matrix and change things, okay? All right, go ahead.
The land of the free and home of the brave allowed a white woman to escape. The Seattle Sideshow said, I think mental health crisis is a byproduct of the culture and society in America. And yes, people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so...
he also said, or she, shaking my head.
He also said, shaking his head. All right, yeah, there is a mental health issue all over the world. Not many people get psychological help. Not many people talk to therapists. Not many people actually take the medication that they should have for the diseases that they're not prescribed for. So I want to say that, yes, I want to say that many people don't get their mental health, but also in America, we should not allow people to get guns, even if there are only 2% of the people are mentally unstable. This is what not many people get. If there is a mental health crisis in America and only 2% of Americans out of 400 million people have a mental health issue, that's hundreds of thousands of people who have access to guns. You would not allow that in any other place. In any other place where there is only one crazy person, you wouldn't just leave a gun on the table. And that's what's the problem in America. All right, go ahead.
And also, like, most people who have mental health issues don't actually seek for help. You should, like, know that. Very little percentage seeks for help.
Right.
Or could afford help.
And by the way, so many people, every time there's a mass shooting, one that the mainstream... Fuck. I'm sorry. All right, the thing dropped because it's so windy on this beautiful beach. Damn, I be getting so hot. But anyway, listen, I'm going to take off my shades for this one. You know, too many people, every time there's a mass shooting that we have to pay attention to, when there are 20 kids killed in a school, when there are, 15 grandparents murdered at church, when there's 10 black people murdered in a supermarket, everybody wants to bring up mental health. Mental health, this is what we need in America. But how, in a country that does not guarantee health care or that makes health care super expensive, how are we going to have mental health for all the Americans? All they talk about is this talking point about mental health, but nobody's actually doing anything to try to guarantee Americans have basic health care. Basic health care, to get your heart checked, your pancreas checked, your kidney checked. None of that matters. But when a mass shooting happens, we need to do something about mental health. And we talk about it for a week, and then our kids are killed again in a school 3 months later. Fuck out of here, man.
Continuing. Bloody Sunday, mass shooting in Denver, Colorado. 1 killed, 3 others shot. The Seattle Sideshow said U.S. crime is crazy, feel safer here in Romania.
Out of all the countries I've been to, Tunisia, Indonesia, Serbia, Turkey, here in Mauritius, so many other places, though I have problems with them, I've never once felt in fear of my life on a daily basis like I do in the U.S. Period. That is a shame. That is a shame that the richest country in the world can't keep its citizens safe. Go ahead.
Bloody Sunday mass shooting in Albany, New York. 6 people shot. Shooty Duty said, I didn't even hear about this and I stay tapped in.
Okay, yeah. So once again, I want to say that the mainstream media does not cover the mass shootings that happen on the regular. They only pay attention when it's something absolutely horrific and tragic. Guy shoots up July 4th parade, 10 people killed. Now they have to pay attention. But I swear to God, I promise you, because I do this every day, if that guy who shot up the 4th of July parade earlier this year only killed 4 people, probably nobody would have heard about it. Why? How do I know? Because there was another mass shooting on July 4th where about 3 people were shot, 4 people were shot actually, because a mass shooting is when 4 more people were shot, and nobody said anything about that one. But because the other one was just so horrific and tragic, they had to pay attention. So yeah, Shoddy Dotty, keep tuned in to my channel because I'll continue to cover the stories of the mainstream media. And I hate that phrase mainstream media because it's been co-opted by the right. But I'll continue to talk about the mass shootings that do not get covered all over the news.
No. I think he likes your channel. These are his comments. On Bloody Sunday mass shooting in Los Angeles, California, 6 people shot. He said, end of civilization as we know it. And in the words of Obama, it should obsess us.
All right, so...
Okay, let me just read all his comments. And then also said, mass shooting in Detroit, Michigan, 3 killed, 1 shot. He said, I love your passion, bro. And I agree 100% about the Second Amendment, but it's impossible to do so at this point.
Okay, so I'll just talk about the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I hate when people have doom and gloom because nothing is impossible for us, right? As humans, we can overcome anything. We can fight the worst of us, the worst ideologies and the worst beliefs or anything like that. We defeated Nazism. We defeated fascism. We're fighting against white supremacy. And we're also going to fight against the gun culture as well. It does obsess me. It obsesses me that so many Americans that people will never know about or people do not care about just because they're poor or just because they were a part of a tragedy society that didn't get mainstream attention, that we act like this as a society is normal, when it's absolutely not normal. If we walked across the border to Canada and we told them about what happens in the US on a daily basis, they would look at us crazy. And if we heard about another country, if we heard about any other country in the world that had the level of violence the US has, we would be dropping drones on their presidents. We would send in the National Guard. We would send in the Marines. We would say this is a third world nation and they need democracy. They need safety and freedom. About how it's impossible to get rid of the Second Amendment, it's not impossible. We can do it. Okay? That's all I'll say.
Bloody Sunday mass shooting in Clinton, Wisconsin. 4 people shot. Scott P. said, "Dude, you are woke beyond." On another
I'm intelligent.
Video,
I'm intelligent. I'm not woke.
on another video, mass shooting in Albany, New York, he said, "Woke too much fool." I think. And on another video, mass shooting in Los Angeles, California. 6 people shot. These are all Bloody Sunday. He said, "LOL, dude, are you for real? Getting rid of guns and you will see a decline in shootings. LMFAO. You are a woke dumbass. Criminals don't follow the law. You woke Dems will only be taking guns from law-abiding citizens, which will put U.S. law-abiding citizens in danger. Duh." And he also said, "The more you gun-grabbing woke Democrats report this, the more there will be copycats."
Number one, I'm not a Democrat. No, I'm not a Democrat. I might be registered as a Democrat in Florida because I have to register to vote, but I personally, ideologically, am not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican. I'm a far left-leaning bastard, son of a bitch. What was I gonna say? Listen, every time a right-wing person comes on here and just has ad hominem attacks and they don't even know what ad hominem means, I'll just say this. The majority of people on the right do not have a college education. Some of them don't even graduate high school. That's a statistical fact. The majority of Republicans do not have a college education. The majority of right-wing people, conservatives, do not have a college education. I got my bachelor's. That's all. That's all I'll say about that. What am I supposed to reply? How am I supposed to reply to ad hominem attacks? You're stupid, bro. No, you're stupid. No. A wise man doesn't argue with fools because from a distance, people can't tell who is who.
Okay. Said a wise man. Anyway. Carnage at the Capitol. Mass shooting in Washington, D.C. 2 dead and 3 others shot. Melanie Heon said, "Shocking fact, it is the hood. Sorry. It was covered locally. It was drug related, and the odds are strong that's not a legal owned gun. So gun laws don't matter. Obviously, laws don't matter to criminals." I have a hard time reading because people type it with all types of typos. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that goes to show you the type of intelligence that people have that leave these sorts of comments. By the way, this comment says that it is the hood, or what. If you're not from America and you don't know what the hood is American English for the ghetto. And a lot of people racialize that and say that's where the black people live, or any group of people that's not mine that I consider less than. Listen, I'll say this once, I'll say it again, I'll say it till the day I die. Where you live does not determine if you should live. In the United States of America, it should not matter if somebody lives in a poor neighborhood or Beverly Hills. Everybody should have the ability to live in a country where your children do not get shot in schools. You go to a house party and you don't get shot up. You go to the club and it doesn't get shot up. You go to church and it doesn't get shot up. You go to the beach and it doesn't get shot up. How many times do we have to see people literally die in the streets before we say enough is enough? I'm sick of people coming in here saying that place is full of crime, that place is poor, that place has drugs. It does not matter. Does not fucking matter. I don't care, man. So many Americans claim to be Christians. Jesus was a poor man. Jesus lived in the hood. Jesus was literally born in a barn. And you people would look at a person like that now today and say, that person's a thug, that person's a criminal. And if anything bad happens to him, such as being executed by the state, he sort of deserved it. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Anybody who comes on my channel talking shit about poor people, talking shit about the hood, any of you, all of you can suck my big black penis.
Wow.
Period.
I mean, don't white people have poor people too?
Yes.
Or Republicans have poor people too?
Yes. Literally on my channel, I cover white people killing their mothers, their grandmothers, their fathers, their kids. I cover all sorts of mass shootings. All sorts of mass shootings. It's happening literally to everybody. But too many Americans will say, we need guns. Yeah, we need guns. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. If you believe this, you are literally a bitch. You have been lied to by the NRA, who is the propaganda wing for all the gun manufacturers, who have an incentive, who have a personal incentive to make sure you keep on buying guns. Because selling arms to the U.S. government and making billions of dollars every year to go drop bombs and drones on Somali children and Yemeni children and Iraqi children and Syrian children is not enough for the gun manufacturers. They're only happy when they can make even more billions of dollars selling guns to Americans who then walk in the schools and shoot each other's kids and shoot our grandparents in churches and shoot black people in supermarkets. Do you get what I'm saying? Wake up. Wake up. All right.
Spicy.
I'm talking real spicy. When I get the sun in me, I get energized.
Okay. Rapper Jada Youngin was killed in Bogalusa. Miss Kim says, Amite, Franklinton, Kentwood, Hammond, you're right about the hate here.
Yeah, in Louisiana, there's a lot of hate. A lot of hate. You know, and as Boosie said, people are hypnotized with hatred, man. They full of hatred, man. You know, so every rapper get killed in their own city, man. Shit fucked up, man. Shout out to Boosie, man. He's a god in the streets. Okay. Go ahead.
Carnage at the Capitol, mass shooting in Washington, D.C., 2 dead, 3 shot. Sylvie Langsdorff Willowbuggy, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Said, I don't know about this. I didn't know about this until I saw your video right now. I live in DC in NW.
Northwest.
Okay. It's a pretty middle to upper class areas. I'm shocked it hasn't been all over the news because you're absolutely right about the biased, racist, classist, all around atrocious and dehumanizing media coverage of crime in low income neighborhoods. Thank you for educating people. We need more humans like you in this world. Smiley face.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, she said she lives in the neighborhood, didn't even hear about the shooting. Once again, too many mass shootings go underreported.
It's
go
ahead.
Upper
class, middle class neighborhood.
That's the thing. So that's why I don't even believe half of these people's YouTube comments. When the person says, oh, it was the hood, or they just assume that, how do I even know? When people come in my comments and say, I am a black man, and as a black man, I can tell you I disagree with all this. You know, I get so many comments from people who literally do not know what they're talking about. They just believe what they want to believe, while I'm literally reading the news, reading statistics to you. And once again, it does not matter if it's a poor neighborhood, a rich neighborhood. Every American deserves to live in a country where you do not get shot up almost everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. And the news media needs to report this. They need to report it. They need to start showing the carnage that actually happens. I'm sick of reading these news reports and all they show is stock footage of like yellow tape or stock footage of a police standing by a crime scene. Show the actual people getting shot. Let's see the actual blood. Because then when we start seeing that, then that's when people will realize, oh shit, it's Vietnam outside. Go ahead.
Okay. The USA, the mass shooting in Lynn, Massachusetts, 4 people dead. Mark Sullivan said, this is the first time I have seen your channel. I came across it because I live in the city where this happened. You make some real great points here, but also have some not so strong points as well. Massachusetts is a very low on the list of gun ownership statistics, and we have some pretty strict laws related to becoming a gun owner. My community has a far bigger problem with illegal guns than legal guns. Unfortunately, abolishing the Second Amendment isn't going to change that at all. Alongside stricter regulations of gun purchases and ownership, we need harsher penalties for illegal possession of these death devices, as well as for gun-related crimes. Kudos for keeping this conversation going. I 100% agree with you that something has to change.
All right, so I appreciate a comment like that because that person is coming in with some well-reasoned arguments and possibly his mind is mendable, meaning it could change. So he said a lot of things in that I want to break down. But first and foremost, he spoke about his state. He spoke about Massachusetts, or this area of Massachusetts in particular, being a very difficult place to get guns. This is called the state exceptionalism or city exceptionalism argument. He is saying in my state or in my region, it's very hard to get a gun.
Even I know this.
What?
The mass shooter who shot people in the supermarket, drove to another state to get his gun and then drove back and shot all those people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look who's paying attention. Look at that. Somebody's paying attention in class. Absolutely. Listen, in the U.S., for example, if we look at Chicago has a lot of homicides and shootings every day because people drive from Wisconsin, Michigan, and all the other states around Illinois back to Chicago with their weapons. It does not matter if Massachusetts says guns are banned. If Massachusetts abolishes the Second Amendment in its constitution, there will still be mass shootings and homicides in Massachusetts until we as Americans across the country decide that guns need to be gotten rid of. Now, he also mentioned that there's a bigger problem of illegal weapons flooding his society than legal weapons. I'll say this. Where do guns come from? Do they come from trees? Do they come from the ground? Do they come from sand? Where do they come from? I know, they come from gun stores. They come from gun manufacturers. And unless you're the one guy out there 3D printing weapons, all illegal guns were once purchased legally. Legally, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. If your city has an illegal gun problem, it probably has a gun store. If your city has an illegal gun problem, it probably has a gun show where people come and sell their weapons to other citizens. It's very simple. It's very simple, guys. We don't have mass shootings in Australia. We don't have mass shootings in New Zealand. We don't have mass shootings in beautiful Mauritius, where I am right now. Why is that? Because they make it very hard to get weapons. But too many stupid Americans are obsessed with having these weapons and think it's their dick, or think it's the key to their freedom, or the tool that will fight autocracy and fascism from taking over America. You're a liar. You're a liar. Because there's been fascist elements in America from the very beginning. When they exterminated the Native Americans, when they enslaved millions of Africans, there was fascism in America. And where were all the people with guns? Where were all the people fighting against this totalitarian government? They were nowhere. They were nowhere. They were absolutely nowhere. So get out of here with the Second Amendment bullshit that is keeping us safe. And if you have too many guns in your society, there will constantly be too many homicides and suicides and accidental murders. Period.
Okay. Hey.
Go ahead. Well, I think we're almost done.
Racist Latinos, Hispanics in California causing help for black port workers. Godzilla Megatron said, as American of Cuban and Puerto Rican descent from NYC, I am worried about the Mexican Americans from California who are moving to the different parts of USA. They might bring their gang culture to the rest of USA and their racism. Sounds like the company was shitty and hired shitty people. I am curious, the Latinos who were calling the black workers ex-gang members were ex-gang members? The Mexican Americans and black Americans have hatred because of the gang culture.
That was never in the article. People literally come to my video and make up shit. There was never once in that article where they said the black people were being called ex-gang members by other employees. That literally is not true. Once again, people come on my channel and make up shit. In that video, if you watch the entirety from the beginning to end, I play testimonials from black workers at that port who were harassed and called everything from cockroaches to monkeys and savages by these Mexican American workers. He wants to say that he's scared as a Cuban American, supposedly, who knows who he is or what he is, that he's scared about Mexicans bringing racism there to America. Being scared that being scared that Mexicans will bring racism to America is like being scared Greek people will bring kebab to Turkey.
Exactly.
That's the stupidest thing to say. The Mexicans will bring their racism to America. Then shit, what did America have before? That's scary. Wow. If it wasn't racism, what was it before? Wow. Shit.
Another comment under this video.
Wait. Let me just finish up with this one. In all Latin American communities, there exists anti-blackness, period. I know this for a fact because my mother's side of the family is from Belize and Honduras. And in those countries, Belize, Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, and all those countries, there exists anti-blackness from Latin people. Okay? So the whole Latin community needs to address that. Because you guys are not white. White people, if white people definitely don't see y'all as white. That's for sure. All right, go ahead.
So under the same video, CCS said Latinos have practiced white supremacy forever. They wrote the Caucasian rights law in Texas in 1943. Yes, they wrote Jim Crow laws. What Latinos are doing proves FBA rights.
All right, so I'm not a part of the foundational Black American group. Is what he means by FBA, which is a movement that was started by Tariq Nasheed, I'll say, and it's advocating for Black Americans to claim their identity, identify themselves as a distinct cultural and a distinct cultural group from Africans and other groups of Black people in the Americas, so, different than Jamaicans, Haitians, and all that. Oh God, I don't know why we're going backwards as a movement for Black empowerment, because yeah, last time I checked, Haitians, Jamaicans, Belizeans, Brazilians, Black Americans from the U.S. and Black Canadians, we all got picked up on the same boat. We just got dropped off different places. I don't know why we're now starting to have this infighting, shitting on Haitians, shitting on Africans, shitting on, Black Jamaicans and all this other stuff. We're all in this fight together because, Peyton Gentrin, when he walked in that supermarket, he didn't say, I'm only here to kill the foundational Black Americans. He said he wanted to kill niggas. And last time I checked, when I was in Tunis, I was a Wusif. When I was in Turkey, I was a Zenchi. When I'm in America, I'm a nigger. So I don't need all of this stuff about, different sorts of infighting with Black Americans, I'm over it.
Okay. What's it like flying from Istanbul, Turkey to Mahaburg, Mauritius? Navdas1 asked, have you checked what are the requirements, rules regarding return ticket in destination country? Are you saying that the airline makes the rules? Can you get into the UK or France without a return ticket? Are you a born or naturalized European citizen?
Hey, I probably could fly to the UK with no return ticket, because I flew almost everywhere else without a return ticket. Almost everywhere else. So that's a stupid comment. I was mad at the airline for how they treated us. That's all.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, it's cool. The greatest country in the world can't protect its own citizens. Video. 99 Yeti said, yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I don't know what he means, but thank you for the comment. Shout out to my 600 subscribers. Go ahead.
Being embarrassed to be an American abroad. Paul Isser said, I hear you, brother. Same here in Canada. Cliff Fair said, don't feel like that everybody is welcome in Mauritius, whether you're from USA, UK, French, African, Israel, China, Russia, don't matter. Mauritians don't get involved in other nations.
I think, is there more?
No.
There is more?
No.
Okay. Yeah, in that video about being embarrassed to be an American abroad, I didn't talk about Mauritius, but if I want to, I will talk about Mauritius, because who's going to shut me up? Is somebody going to jump through this camera and shut me up? Are you going to approach me in the streets and catch these hands? Because either you're going to beat me up or we're going to die. Somebody's going to die in that situation. So I can say whatever the fuck I want. And if anybody wants to try to challenge me, catch me, buddy. I'm literally outside every day. But what was I going to say? Also, I said I was embarrassed to be an American abroad because I can be out and abroad here in Mauritius and not have to worry about some crazy guy coming to shoot up this whole beach. That's it. If you're burning up, we can wrap it up. I think I did my duty. Okay. If you're burning up, we could do like one or two more. Is there more? Is there a lot more?
The worst ones?
Is there a lot more?
Yes.
Really? Okay, we might wrap this up because my girl's burning up in the sun.
So I'll just read the contents that may be offensive. 2 comments from there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're getting into the juicy meat, that juicy, hidden for review. Let's go.
So mass shooting in Cincinnati, Ohio, 9 people shot after 2 Americans fired. Black Oil to Soil said, it's safer in third world countries than the United States, shaking my head. Instead of complaining, if Americans had any sense whatsoever, just move, bruh. Just move, sister. Are y'all retarded? The land of the free and home of the brave is the worst country on the planet. Second is Canada. Third is any other country that had slavery involved and is still controlled by the white man that suppressed black folk. Of course, black folk is always angry. Of course, white folk is angry. It's the USA, LOL. Just leave, dummies. Shaking my head.
I don't know. Is that Alaskan whiskey?
No, that's black oil to soil, but maybe he changed it.
Black oil to soil is Alaskan whiskey now. Anyway, you know, listen, I'll always speak up for black people. I'll always speak up against white supremacy. You know, I only bash the U.S. because I feel like the U.S. could be better. That's all. And yes, there is anti-blackness all over the world, presumably in Canada as well. That's all I'll say about that. I don't know why that one was hidden for review. That wasn't too nasty.
American carnage, mass shooting in Greensburg, Louisiana. Bobby Babylon said, LOL, the inbred's dumb enough to live in a fourth world Jim Crow state like Louisiana.
I'm from Louisiana. I take offense to that. I take offense. Go ahead.
Well, that's all for the
hidden for review.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for everybody who's watched this entire video. Thank you for everybody who leaves comments, leaves likes. We're on our march to 700 now. It's going to be a long journey, a long fight. I'll be sure to keep you updated with all of the mass shootings that happen, any other topics I want to cover. Please go check out our second channel, Backpack Bandits. Much love from Mauritius. Stay in tune with our adventures. And anything else, babe? No? I love her. That's all that matters. Peace.